So I'll refresh this page and we'll see what we are getting. So when I refresh the page, ajax is called and ajax is going to the server, getting the two data, 0 and 1. And then I'm looping through 0 and 1. This is my 0 and I clean up as an object, and this is my 1. I clean up as object. And in the final, I get the carry with the only limited data which I needed. So carry is a variable which I used to clean up the data. Now, instead of passing the J, I'll open the content. So previously I was saving J in the, now also I'm saving the J in the state, but as you saw, J has too much data. So saving the J does not make any sense. So instead of saving the J, we will save only the carry, which has limited data. I need only limited data. Tomorrow, if I want to add some key value pair, I will add it. But right now, the state is something right now. You will see state is having the Kate as a key and it has a value of cleanup version. I have only cleanup part. Only cleanup part. To this point, is everything clear or you are still having any doubt? I want to know.
I am good. Practice. I am
good. No, I'm not talking about practice or remembering. Anything you missed the logic means this is something on the page load. First function to call is constructor. After constructor, component did mount. After constructor, we go to render, and after render, we go to component did mount. Component did mount call the ajax, and ajax will update the state because we get the new value. Once the state is updated, render function is again called, and we can display any of the variable which we got here in the render function. This is the logic. Do you have any problem in understanding the logic?
No.
Let me ask Carrie. Carrie, any questions on understanding the logic? You know, I know you have to practice, even Kate has to practice, right? Otherwise, she will not remember. Only thing I need to understand that you got the thread which happened here, how to call the ajax. We call ajax in the component did mount. After I call the ajax, it goes to the server with this URL and it gets the data in the form of J. And we clean up the data of J here. And finally, we save the state with the cleanup version. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you.
Kate, can you hear me? Kate? Hello?
Hello? This is Carrie.
Yeah, I know. Kate, I can recognize your voice. But I think Kate is gone, I think. She lost the voice or what? Okay. So she will come back in a couple of minutes. So what I did, I called the ajax on anything which we call. I can hear you. Okay, she can hear me. Why we cannot hear you? Hello? I don't know. We cannot hear Kate. Okay, later listen to us.
Okay.
So what we did on the page load, I put the ajax in the component did mount because all the page load thing will happen here. I call the ajax, and after ajax we get some variable that is a J, that is the data from the server, and that I put it in some variable array that is called the carry, and I ultimately save the state with this variable that is the carry because it is a cleaned up version. I did not save all the data. Now I want to display whatever there is in the state. Okay, so let's say if we see the URL, I have the two values. So I want to display this two value here, somehow here. So let's display the two value. Hello, what happened?
Okay, I hear you now.
Okay, you can hear me now, right? Okay. So let's display the two values which I get in the kate. It is the 201 on the page. So how to display the two values? Watch carefully. I will start with the curly bracket and end with the curly bracket. And which variable I am looping? What is the name of the variable which I am looping?
Kate?
Kate. We are looping the kate. So I will say this dot state dot kate. Kate is inside state. Remember, kate is inside state.
Okay.
So I'll say this dot state dot kate dot map. Since I want to loop it, I will say dot map. And I will use round bracket start, round bracket close. Also remember, whenever I use the map, I should always return something, anything. It should have written, otherwise it will give some warning. I'll say return true. Nothing less. Just have to say return true or false, anything you can say. So whenever you use map, you have to return some value. Otherwise, it will not work properly. Let's delete console.log. Too many console.log makes the things worse. Okay, deleted console.log. So now I want to loop the kate. Kate is inside the state. Kate has two values. I want to loop both the values. So here I will start with what? What I did here. After map, what I did. It's an array function. Arrow function. So arrow function will start with round bracket, open, close, equal, greater than sign, curly start, curly close. And inside this first round bracket, I will have two parameters. One will be the value, and one will be the key. Always map has two values, one with the value and one with the key. You can change it to V and K, or you can change it to anything you want. Maybe you can say X1, X2. Remember, key is always the second one, value is always the first one. The name you, whatever you want to give, you can give. I will give V and K. V is the value, K is the key. Now here, I want to display. I want to display what? Both the values. What are the values? Okay. Let me delete this first. So I am getting the kate. What are the values coming in the kate? This is the value coming in the kate. What is the second value coming in the kate? This is the second value coming in the kate. Now, if I'm putting my map, I will return something. For example, I am returning div tag. I'm returning div tag. If I save it, you will see some error in the page. Why is the error is there? Because when the page load, kate is null. Kate is null. Why kate is null? Why kate is null? Because initially I defined kate null. It goes to the ajax, that is, it goes to the server and then comes back, and then we update the value of kate with some value. So initially when page load, the kate value is null. Since kate value is null, we are getting the error. So how to fix this? We will say here, before the return starts, I will say if not kate. That means if we don't have value in the kate, return null. That means don't go to this part if kate is null. Initially when page will load, kate will be null because we did not get the data from the server. So since the kate will be null, it will return null. So when it goes to the server and get the data, and it will change the state, and at this time kate will have some value. Since kate will have some value, so this will not be called and we will get this part. So whenever we have the for loop, that is mapping, we have to see whether this really exists or not. If it does not exist, we have to return it null. And if it exists, we have to display this one. This part clear what I'm saying? This map part will not work if we have empty value in the cat. So when the page will load, whether there will be value in the cat, yes or no.
If it's null.
Initially, when page will load, cat will have no value because cat will get value from the ajax request. And ajax request takes some 2-3 seconds to get the data from the server. So initially, when the page will load, cat will have no value because we have not called ajax yet. So when it will have no value, then I will say return null. But then what happens after some time, it goes to the ajax, that is go to the server, get the data, and then it update the state with the new value. Now after this line is over, cat will have some value because it is getting from this variable. Since cat will have this variable, render function will call again, and at this time we will not go into this if loop. We will go here because now cat is having some value. Is this part clear now?
Yes.
Now we are getting the error this part here. Reason of getting the error is we need to always say key. Whenever we put some variable, whenever we put some div tag here or anything, we have to pass the key. This is used by the React, and I will use curly bracket. And I will say k because k is coming as a key. So this we will not use. This is used by the React team to avoid this error. We were getting it. So now I'm not getting it. If I remove this key part, this is used by React. We are not using it. I will get error. And what error is saying? Unique key should be there. Should have the unique key property. So that means we need to pass a unique key, that is a key equal to k. Now I will not get this error. Now I'm looping through the cat and I will display the title. So let me create a div tag, another div tag. How to display the title? What should I type here? How should I display the title?
Is it the object dot title? Or?
Object is not here. Object is gone
Sorry.
here.
Oh.
Here only we have V and K.
How about v dot title?
V
V dot
Title.
V dot. Okay, it's curly bracket and it is outside, so we don't need cat again. So we will only say V dot title. Okay. Let's see. I'm getting digestive system. I'm getting solar system. Got it?
Yes.
Let's say if I want to display ID. Okay. And let's say we will put HR to distinguish the two rows. Okay. We want to display the HR so that I know this is the top one and top one. Now I want to display the I will say title. I want to display ID. How will I display ID? ID is here.
V dot ID.
V dot ID. Let's do that. V dot ID. Yes, I want to display the description.
V dot description.
V dot description. I want to display the creator ID. So let's do the creator ID. Say creator underscore ID. Let's say what is remaining. ID duet. Let's say I want to display duet. So right now you should see duet. Let's see how it looks. So right now you will see duet is some complex date which is not readable in proper format. So we will do this formatting tomorrow. Right now I don't want to consider this formatting now, but I am able to display the title, ID, description, creator ID. Here also I am able to display the title, ID, description, creator ID, and the due date. So though due date is not in the proper format, we have to fix that thing. We will fix that thing tomorrow, how to do the due date. But let's create one more thing here. Let's say I will create button. Okay, and I will close this button. And in the button, I will say, click me. So I will refresh the page. I will get the button, click me, click me. So when I click me the first button, I should do some console.log here. That is the task now. So let me create one function, my click me. Just I create one function. Whenever user will click this button, I should be able to, should be able to do some console.log here. Maybe I say console.log. We are here. Let's call this function here in the button. So I will say on equal to, I want to call this function. How will I call this function here? What should I write?
My click.
My click will not work directly. You have to put something. So I have to say this dot my click me. Still it will not work. I have to say bind. You remember I showed you whenever we are going to call the function inside this return method, I need to use dot bind this. You remember this? You remember we were doing few days back. The function should be called by bind this. If you don't remember, just remember now. Whenever you want to call function, this function is in this class. That's the reason I'm saying this dot click me. Since it is we have to call from here, I will say dot bind this. Otherwise, it will not work. Let's see now. If I click it, we are here. If I click it, we are here. Now, when I click the first one, when I click this button, the first one, this part, I should console.log all these details. When I click this button, I should console.log all these details. So how to do that? So here I will pass one more parameter, and that parameter will be k. I will pass this k. I'm passing here k. So now let's see if I'm getting k here. So I will here put ID. Just I will say ID. This k will go in the form of ID here. And I will say we are here, comma, ID. So if I click first one, it should show 0 because first one is 0 key. If I click second one, it should show me 1. So now if I click first one, it's saying we are here 0. If I click second, it will saying we are here 1 because key in the first case is 0, key in the second case is 1. So when we click the button, it is passing appropriate key and we are displaying that key. Now we have to display all these details, not the key. To get the details, what will I do? Tell me that thing. Console.log. I want to see all these details of this one. If I click here, I should see all these details. So tell me what should I put here?
Could you do the get element by ID?
No, get element by ID is the JavaScript, not in the React. Yeah, tell me. Get
State.
this
State.
dot state dot
Carry.
Kate.
Carry?
Carry is not in the state.
Okay.
Carry was temporary.
Oh, okay.
Ultimately, it's a Kate. Yeah, Kate. Then what? Then I have to put an array, like array, and I pass ID which is coming. Let's see now. If I click first one, I will get details of the digestive system. If I click second one, I will get the details of the solar system. Because Kate has having two values. 0th value is of digestive system, one value is of the solar system. So if I am passing the key, if I pass it in the array format of 0, it will give the first details. If I pass 1, the ID will be 1, so it will give the second details. Got this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm getting these details. Now, based on the ID, I will call another ajax. So this is ajax 1. Let's create another ajax. So based on the ID, I should call ajax demonstration 2. Okay. And what we will manipulate here, I will tell you later. So let's remove the manipulation here. Only I want to see this part. So when I click first button, I should be able to call this dot ajax demonstration URL, and URL will be different URL. I will say URL is equal to, I will give you another URL. Let me see what is that URL. This one. URL is this one, and creator underscore ID equal to. So I want to create this URL, and I want to call this URL in this ajax one, and in this URL I want to change the ID to, this ID which is we are getting here, this ID, not the 0, 1, 2 which we are getting. I want not this ID. This ID is going as 0, 1, 2. I want to go. Okay, instead of ID, I will say key just to remove the confusion. This key is 0, 1, 2. This key is 0, 1, 2. So I want to change this ID to this ID. So inside my object, this is my object which I am displaying here. What should I say? Dot what to get ID? What should I say? Dot what? Dot ID. And if I want to get the creator ID, what should I say? Dot
Creator ID.
Creator ID. So this is the URL I want to pass into the second one, and we will see what is coming. And we will see also the URL. What is the URL? New URL is URL. What I did, I am displaying these two records. When I'm clicking the first one, I should call another ajax call with this ID and with this creator ID. When this click me is called, I should call another ajax call with this ID and this creator ID. Let's do this one. If I click first one, I'm getting the new URL with the ID, new ID and the creator ID, and I'm getting the record J equal to these three records. This is the new data from this URL. Previously, I was getting two data from the previous URL. Now I'm calling the ajax call again, and in the second case, I'm calling this URL, and with this URL, I'm getting three records. If I click this one, okay, this one is giving three records. If I click this one, this is the new URL with different ID, and here I'm getting 7 records. So what I did, initially I called one API which will load this page, and then what I did, When I click the first one, I call another ajax call, which will give me this new data with 7 records in the second case. And in the first case, I'm getting 3 records. Is this clear, this one? What I'm trying to say?
Yep.
Still confused, not very clear. Your voice is okay. Okay, so try to watch the video today. Watch what I explained to you today, and tomorrow I will ask you questions about this. This week is very important. This project is very important in React. This is very important project. And Kerry, I am not doing the project as it has to be done. I am doing in a different way to explain you small things. And
Yes.
later on, I will do it in your way. Once you understand this thing, we will do in your way. Got it?
Yes.
Yes.
Today, try to practice this thoroughly because this is the base of the React. All the projects will be based on this basis. This week is very important for the React because we will doing the practical thing which will be used in all the React projects. Okay, so let's try to learn only today you learn only this ajax part. First ajax part we call on the page load and we display some detail. Second ajax call we call on the click me. When I click me, I took this ID, took this creator ID, and I call another ajax call. But when you click this one, I took this ID, I took this creator ID, and I call another ajax call. So these two ajax calls are different because both have different ID. In the first case, I'm getting only the 3 rows from the server.
Yeah.
In the second case, I'm getting 7 rows from the server. Got it?
Yes. Cannot understand.
Cannot understand?
Cannot understand. Means need a deep understand, but already get the idea.
You get the idea. So what I did, I created this page, and then what I did, I loaded I call the ajax in this component did mount on the page load, and this is the one. This is the one I called on page load. Then I rendered all the items on the page, and I created a button. When I click the button, I created a URL. I constructed the URL in different format based on the ID and based on the creator ID. And when I constructed the URL, I called another ajax call. And this ajax call will give different result. I'm getting 3 records in one case. I'm getting 7 records in another case.
Yes. So totally 3 source of data.
Three
source.
Actually 3 source, but if there are 10 records, each will have its own source.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not giving you. Okay. I'm not giving you this file to you because I want you to type each and everything. Watch the video and try to type it. If I give you file, you will copy paste. I don't want you to copy paste. Try to type everything on this page and try to see if it works as it is working for me. I will give you both the URLs. Let me give you another URL in the chat. You have to just replace the ID with the ID which we get dynamically, and you have to replace creator ID with the creator ID which we get dynamically from the previous record from here. Will you be able to do?
Yes.
So try it, and if you don't get it, then let me know tomorrow in the beginning so that I can explain you again. And this is very important day. Don't miss it. Even if you have any work, try to set 8 to 9 p.m. tomorrow and do it before you come to the class.
Yes.
Because if you don't understand this, if you go for an interview, you will fail. Got it?
Got it. For sure, we will do it.
Yeah, you have to understand each and every part of the project to make it work. Once you understand this all thing, I will ask you on Wednesday when you have to submit the submission. Which day?
After, I think we still have 2 days.
2 days means you will submit on Wednesday or Thursday?
Let me see, Thursday. Thursday is deadline.
Thursday is deadline. Okay, so
Yes.
what we will do, I will teach you something tomorrow. Okay, Thursday is deadline, so we have to sit too much. We have to sit a lot. What time you free in the evening?
I am like from 8 a.m. 8 p.m. I'm free. I'm off work and back
Okay.
home. Yeah.
Okay, what we will do tomorrow, we will sit a little more to see how much we can complete, because I want you to do on Wednesday the whole project.
Sure.
Because once you get your base clear, you will be able to do on Wednesday. I want to see. So tomorrow we will sit little bit more. Okay. So to complete it, maybe we can we can start 15 minutes early. 8:45 we'll start, and we will
Sure.
sit in
I
the
have,
data also.
yeah. I have time.
Okay, so let's sit 8:45 tomorrow.
Sure.
Carry 8:45 tomorrow.
Okay.